boss.
Hey, good job, Africa.
Thanks. Oh, Katie's blushing. Oh my god, you totally have a crush on that guy.
No, I don't.
That's why you wanted to join the mathletes.
Mathletes? You hate math.
Look how red she is.
You love him, and he totally complimented you. That is so fetch.
Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Why should Caesar get to stomp around like a giant while the rest of us try not to get smushed under his big feet? What's so great about Caesar? Brutus is just as cute as Caesar. Okay, Brutus is just as smart as Caesar. People totally like Brutus just as much as they like Caesar. And when did it become okay for one person to be the boss of everybody, huh? Because that's not what Rome is about. We should totally just stab Caesar!
GretchenWeiners had cracked.
If you even knew how mean she really is, you know that I'm not allowed to wear hoop earrings, right? Yeah, 2 years ago she told me that hoop earrings were her thing, and that I wasn't allowed to wear them anymore. And then for Hanukkah, my parents got me this pair of really expensive white gold hoops, and I had to pretend like I didn't even like them, and it was so sad. And you know she cheats on Aaron. Yes, every Thursday he thinks she's doing SAT prep, but really, she's hooking up with Shane Oman in the projection room above the auditorium, and I never told anybody that because I'm such a good friend.
Whatever. Those rules aren't real. They were real that day I wore a vest. Because that vest was disgusting.
You can't sit with us!
Of things that can be wrong on your body.
My hairline is so weird.
These clips show that Gretchen is extremely anxious. Her tone of voice is edgy and she talks very fast. Her eyes are worried and her face is tense. Her body language is tight. She is hostile in her appearances and her words. She reveals her insecurities when she questions why everyone likes Caesar better than Brutus. She is self-conscious and unsure as to why she does not receive as much attention as her friend Regina George. Anxiety, hostility, and insecurity are all attributes of someone who is neurotic. This personality trait was drawn from the trait theory of Robert McCrae and Paul Costa, known as the five-factor model of personality traits, or the Big Five. McCrae and Costa believed that most personality traits are derived from just 5 higher-order traits, neuroticism being one of them. A person can rate high or low for each trait, or somewhere in between. Gretchen would rate very high in neuroticism. Gretchen's neurotic personality can be explained by Adler's personality theory of compensation. Adler believed that the foremost source of motivation is the striving for superiority. This is the universal drive to adapt, improve oneself, and master life's challenges. To overcome or avoid feelings of inferiority, Adler believes that we compensate, which involves efforts to overcome imagined or real inferiorities by developing one's abilities. Those who have excessive feelings of inferiority can develop what he would call an inferiority complex, or exaggerated feelings of weakness and inadequacy. Overcompensation, Adler believed, could occur when people attempted to conceal these feelings of inferiority. Gretchen has forever lived in the shadow of her best friend Regina George. Regina has always received more attention than Gretchen, and Gretchen struggles with this. Since all source of motivation comes from the striving for superiority, and Gretchen feels she will never be superior, she has become anxious, hostile, and insecure. She has developed an inferiority complex, which makes her high in neuroticism, and she feels she cannot compete with Regina. For example, as the clip depicted, Gretchen doesn't wear gold hoops anymore because gold hoops were Regina's thing. She has let it control her life. Gretchen will continue to be high in neuroticism until she breaks free from Regina.
I'm sorry that people are so jealous of me, but I can't help it that I'm popular.
Okay, you should just know that we don't do this a lot, so this is like a really huge deal.
We want to invite you to have lunch with us every day for the rest of the week.
Oh, it's okay. Coolness. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Candy cane grounds.
Okay, hurry up.
Taylor Zimmerman, 2 for you. Glen Coco, 4 for you. you, Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco. And Caddy Heron. Do we have a Caddy Heron here?
It's Katie.
Oh, Katie, here you go. One for you. And none for GretchenWeiners. Bye.
Gretchen is very interested in the external world of people and things, and it is from external sources that she draws satisfaction. Gretchen is talkative and social. She is self-proclaimed as popular, and very conscious of how she dresses, how she does her hair, and her overall image. When external stimuli are disturbed, Gretchen becomes upset. For example, when she does not receive any candygrams, she is visibly distraught. She does not worry about her own thoughts and feelings, but instead those of others. She cannot live without the approval of her peers and the recognition of Regina George. This personality trait was drawn from the trait theory of Carl Jung. He was the first to recognize two personality types, introverts and extroverts. Introverts tend to be preoccupied with the internal world of their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences. In contrast, extroverts tend to be more outer directed. Jung's theory has been accepted into mainstream psychology. Skinner's behavioral theory applied to personality can explain Gretchen's extroversion. Skinner did not believe in unobservable cognitive processes. He focused solely on how the external environment molds overt behavior. He believed that the consistency of one's personality was acquired due to what he called response tendencies, which were acquired through experience. He viewed personality as a collection of response tendencies that are tied to various stimulus situations. He believed that personality traits first formed due to operant conditioning and that reinforcement, punishment, and extinction determine people's patterns of responding. If applied to Gretchen, Skinner's theory maintains that Gretchen is extroverted due to her environment. He would say that Gretchen's extroversion began due to positive reinforcement. Gretchen first started to put time into her appearance at a young age. She received compliments when she did, and this attention, positive reinforcement, fueled her to continue to care overly about her looks and what people thought of her. Gretchen also noticed that she received more compliments and attention when she started being social and kept hanging out with Regina George. She liked this and continued to hang out with Regina despite Regina's mean spirit and how she made Gretchen feel. Skinner, a behaviorist, maintained that behavior was a continuous lifelong journey because response tendencies are constantly being strengthened and weakened. If Gretchen's environment were to change and she was instead mocked or ridiculed, Skinner believed that her extroversion might be lessened or become instinct.